gets way creepier with the voice acting. As if in some response to my worst fears, I'd suddenly caught sight of a small girl in a black dress standing right in front of me. Ah! Hesitantly taking a closer look, it was actually me reflected in the mirror. But not just me, there was a black shadow behind me, and it was coming closer. Yeah! I panicked and whirled around, and my light immediately went out. Ah! I was completely shrouded in darkness, as if whatever I'd seen had fully enveloped me. No. No, no! You have a oh shit. You have a battery! Ayumi! Fuck! Smush. Huh? I'd stepped on something soft and squishy. Unconsciously, I paused for a split second, pondering what it may have been, but my de facto conclusion was, I don't care, I need to get the hell out of here. Oh my god, Ayumi! Why is it locked? I don't remember locking it. No, please, not now. Open! Open! Feeling around along the glass door's surface, I finally found what seemed to be a handle. I tried in vain to turn it, only to realize that I couldn't. Because... What? Why won't my right hand open? I didn't have to ask, though. I could feel it and see it. My right hand was being clasped shut by the tiny ghostly hands of a white-hued child. Huh? I shook my arm violently and the white apparition faded from sight. But my closed right hand still wouldn't open. Why? Why can't I open it? I had to get out of here. That was paramount. Clenched fist or no, I needed to leave before something worse happened. Panicked, I flung open the glass door. Hell yeah. Ah, shit. She's tripping all the time! God, Ayumi. Huh? Why? This shouldn't be the way out. This should be the way out. I fell back, completely sick to my stomach. My heart was pounding so hard and so fast, I was convinced I was going to have a heart attack and die. At the very least, I knew I was about to lose consciousness. Hug me, brother. I know it's like really dark, but she's tripping so much. Oh my, she has a battery. She has a battery to put in the flashlight so she could see. Oh shit, dude. As if to confirm just how done for I was, my nose began bleeding profusely. I had no doubt at all anymore. This was the end. Shinozaki! Oh. Shinozaki, hey! Snap out of it. Class rep? Oh, look at them. Kishinuma moved my worn limp body onto the tatami flooring and carefully sat me up. I regained consciousness right away, and I was immediately met with the worried gazes of Kishinuma, Mochida, and Nakashima. Thank goodness you're safe. Nakashima wiped tears from her eyes. You guys? I was so relieved, so very relieved to see my friends. I started crying as well. Shinozaki, what the hell did you think you were doing coming here by yourself? I had to. I just had to. Why? Kishinuma. Satoshi? Let's leave this to Yoshiki. I was the cause of this. The cause of what? Everything! Everything's my fault. All our friends are gone because of me. Even Sis. Even she's gone. I was sobbing like a baby. My face must have been a mess and my voice came out hoarse and in short bursts. How is this your fault? Because it was my idea to do Sachiko Ever After. I'm the one who brought it to school and had everyone stay to participate. And that was the start of it all. It's my fault. How can you possibly take sole responsibility for that? Hey, we're a team, Shinozaki. You know that, right? Hmm. I sheepishly nodded my head, then looked down. I didn't want to meet his gaze. Well, if you know that, then don't forget about it. Stop taking everything on yourself. Let me put it to you real simple. Don't you ever think for a second, not even 1 second, that this is all your fault. Kishinuma. You're not to blame, okay? So stop blaming yourself, damn it. Kishinuma. Everybody else here feels the same way too, right? Yeah, Yoshiki's right. He's exactly right. You shouldn't always try to take on everything by yourself. No, look at them. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, friendship is magical. I, I, I didn't want you guys to get dragged into this. I tried to do it myself so you wouldn't have to, but I was scared. I just couldn't. I couldn't do anything. God, you are so dense. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. You did good. Just don't do it again. Not without us. I'm dense? That's mean. No, that's not exactly what I meant. Thank you. I didn't entirely believe them. It was a fact that this whole mess started. Get it? He called her dense because she doesn't notice his feelings for him too. Like that's a nod. Good one. Good one, 5PB. I see you. I see you with the Ayushiki. Good shit. Good shit, guys. Good shit. It was the fact that this whole mess started when I led everyone in the Sachiko Ever After ritual, but I appreciated their words nonetheless. We're the ones who made it out. We have no choice but to come to terms with what happened. It's a part of us now. We don't have to accept it, though. Yeah, we can still fight this. We can try to set things right, even if only by the slimmest of margins. I think it's fair to say that we all feel the same way. You do, class rep. You claim you couldn't do anything, however, but I'm not quite convinced that's true. Hmm? I didn't recognize the voice at all, and was a little perturbed that no one else seemed startled by it. It belonged to a girl I'd never seen before, wearing an unusual outfit. You must be Ayumi Shinozaki. I'm glad to see no harm has befallen you. Who are you? Shinozaki, this is the person who tipped us off about where you were headed and led us here. Her name's Aiko Niwa. I'm sorry to be so presumptuous. I took the liberty of looking into you. I'm what you might call an intelligence agent, I suppose, regarding matters of the supernatural. As the little sister of Hinoe Shinozaki, I suppose the quickest way to explain would be to say that I'm a friend of Naho Sainoki's. A friend of Naho's? And you know Sis too? Yes, your sister Hinoe made quite a name for herself in this plane. Ayumi, your right hand. Are you not able to open it? You're waiting for me to get to a certain scene? Okay. My right hand had been clasped shut this whole time. I'd almost forgotten about it. I tried to open it again, but I still couldn't. No, I can't. Oh, they're holding hands! Huh? Let me see. Ishinuma grabbed my hand and tried to pry my fingers open. Ow, that hurts! There's no point in forcing it. It should open naturally when the time is right. You just need to be patient. I like Aiko's like hair. I like Aiko's hair. It's really cool. Got the blue streaks and stuff. I guess blue is like her signifying color, even though she's wearing like purple. Oh, and what's this now? She attempted to open the box, just for a moment, but her efforts proved to be in vain, just as mine were. This is rather intriguing, like your hand. It simply refuses to show what it contains. How fascinating. Aiko was memorized by the unopening box. She seemed desperate to understand what force kept it sealed. Almost giddy at the unspoken prospects of what it could mean. Such spiritual energy. This is wonderful. May I hold on to this? If only for tonight. I believe I might be able to open it once I've returned home. Oh, okay. I had the feeling that this was less a request than it was a statement. She would never have taken no for an answer. Well, it's getting late tonight. Let's talk more tomorrow, shall we? I'll come meet you after school. Nice. Ho ho. Ho ho ho. Un little fromage. Ho ho ho. That night, after I returned home, I stood in front of my mirror and just kept trying to open my right hand. She looks like she's about to, like, transform. I put every bit of strength and energy I had into it. Ow. Odd Simpson. My fingers. It opened. What I found inside my heretofore closed hand were teeth. Human teeth from the look of it. Very small baby teeth. 2 of them. The roots on each teeth were embedded deep within my palm, and I was bleeding quite a bit as a result. Why are there baby teeth in my hand? Ew. Chapter 0, A Faint Light. How many chapters are there, Emmy? To be continued. EVP entries for Hinoe Shinozaki have been unlocked. New Encyclopedia Obscura entries have been unlocked. WI, Kisaragi Academy, Yoshiki Kishinuma, Grimoire, Sachiko Ever After, Yui Shishido, Ayumi Shinozaki, Seiko Shinohara, Shimorenjaku South Apartments, Mayu Suzumoto, Naomi Nakashima, Satoshi Mochida, Yuka Mochida, Sakutaro Morishige, Takamine Yanagihori, Yoshikazu, Yanagihori, Hajime Yamazaki, Mirai Yamamura, Ryo Yoshikawa, and Candle. 9? Holy shit. We're in for a ride! Ending list. How many endings are there? So there's 2 endings to chapter 1? That's cool. What about the bonus? Is that where all the stuff are? Gallery of Spilts. Cursed phonograph. That's classic right there. EVP machine, let's see. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot to go through. One bad end that makes you laugh? Sure. I need to get some water, so I'll be right back. Team Gris Gris. Team Gris Gris, if you ever see this, make a first-person version of Corpse Party Blood Covered. Dude, you will make bank with that. There's a bad end where Ayumi and Yoshiki are running away from the anatomical... Oh my god. It wouldn't be Corpse Party without an anatomical model. Let me check my emails really quick. Okay. A copyright crame, really? And if both of them get caught by him, he basically picks them up and repeatedly slams them together. Oh my god. That's one way to make a ship canon, right? Oh my god. I literally said the same thing just now. Oh my god. That's funny. Chapter 1. Blood Drive, Chapter 1, returning. It's like when kids play with dolls, right? And they try to make the dolls kiss by repeatedly slamming them together. Even the anatomical model ships Ayushiki. A day had passed since the events at Shimorenjaku South Apartments. It was to be a significant turning point for me, and Mochida might have been a part of it from the start, except that fate seemed to have other plans for him. Ms.Kuon, I have something pressing I need to get to. So, if you'll excuse me... No, you sit back down. Satoshi, your score on that algebra quiz yesterday was rather embarrassing, don't you think? Like an owner training a puppy, Kuon gave him a strong glare and held up her index finger in reprimand. For the next hour, I'm going to give you a personal lecture and you're going to listen. And then, the next quiz will be a snap to pass. But aren't you an English teacher? Isn't algebra a little outside your field of expertise? Anything's possible if you put your mind to it. Dude, she wanna fuck Yoshi. Dude, she want that dirt. She seemed a little taken aback by that remark, puffing up her cheeks like a chipmunk in protest. But Ms.Kuon, it's startling how alike she and Ms. Yui are. I'm sorry. Looking both bemused and guilty, Mochida tried to get up and leave his seat in one swift motion, but he was quickly and easily caught, lifted up, and forcefully sat back down. Ms. Kuon was smiling. She was actually enjoying this. Who or what am I dealing with here? Ms. Kuon was only the slightest bit taller than Mochida. This did make her taller than the average, but her arms were small and frail. There seemed to be no way she could possibly have lifted someone of his build. This whole situation was rather bewildering for him, and he made no attempt to hide his confusion. Now, let's begin, shall we? She almost looks like an equestrian wearing that, like, outfit. Dude, she rides men like she rides horse. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, ma'am. He had no other option. Apparently, he was going to be studying algebra for the next hour, come hell or high water. Meanwhile, at the local cafe near the school, Kishinuma and I were sitting down to speak with Aiko. Oh, see, it's them. Of course, it's Kishinuma and Ayumi together to talk with Okay, I'm sorry. The informant who'd led my friends to me in the previous night. Are you alright? Does your stomach hurt? I responded with a dismissive gesture while continuing to rub my abdomen with my other hand. Ever since the previous night, I had this constant, unbearable urge to pee. Then go pee! You're at a cafe! There's a bathroom! Drink like 10 cups of coffee and go pee! What the hell is wrong with me? I mean, I know I got really scared and I hyperventilated, but that can can that affect my body like this? Did it change something in me? Well, the next thing you're gonna tell me is that she got like ghost pregnant or some shit, right? Like in American Horror Story, how the mom got pregnant by a ghost? She's gonna give birth to a ghost baby, a little ghost Shinozaki. A ghost. Oh my fucking god. How the fuck? Oh god. My bladder feels like it's fit to burst. Then go pee! God damn it, Ayumi! So, where shall we begin? Aiko tilted her head and stared at me, looking me up and down, seemingly judging my every mannerism, my every movement. It was making me feel really self-conscious. I covered my abdomen with both hands as if guarding it from her gaze. Thank you very much for your help yesterday. Think nothing of it. I only regret that your friends couldn't get to you sooner. Kisaragi Academy is quite large, so it took some time to track down Kishinuma and the others. Kishinuma and I stared at one another, still unsure how to feel about this strange new addition to our entourage. Don't be a Yuka. Ayumi, Kishinuma, you two are survivors from Heavenly Host Elementary, are you not? Emmy, oh my god, stop. We'd pledged never to discuss Heavenly Host with anyone else, which we'd always assumed would be an easy promise to keep, but now, casually and out of the blue, here we are. Why? How do you know about that? Well, I've been touched by the Ever After. When people come into contact with the Beyond, the color of their auras changes to something otherworldly, something I can see. Both Kishinuma and I were speechless. I just sat there staring at my palm, subconsciously trying to see my aura, I guess. Aiko was smiling at us triumphantly. You said you were an intelligence agent, was it? For the supernatural? And you're a friend of Naho's? Ayumi Kishinuma. Stop. You're so thirsty for them. That's correct. I'm the one who tipped her off about Heavenly Host Elementary, in fact. The true source of the deaths and subsequent erasures that had turned our lives into a living nightmare was a Sachiko Ever After ritual posted on Naho's occult blog. I'd been a fan of Naho's for quite some time, so when I saw that, I knew I had to try it out with my friends from Class 2-9, and as a result, half of those friends were now gone. I suppose you're aware that Naho was involved in supernatural investigations on behalf of one Mr. Kibiki, no? I am, and I know she hasn't been seen since posting information on Sachiko Ever After. Yeah, I know, you haven't talked about Ayushiki in a while. It's been like Yu-Gi-Oh! And other stuff. Well, my business is of a similar nature. I gather data from spiritual hotspots and other supernatural locales, and sell that data to my clients for a fair profit. Not always money, mind you. Sometimes I'll do my dirty work in exchange for a particular spirit item that perks my interest. It all depends on whom I'm dealing with. It's entirely give and take. They want my information and I want their cash, or their artifacts. Physically, Aiko was a very attractive young lady, but personality-wise, the jury was still out. Her words were calculated and emotionless, her true intentions a mystery. One could call me an information dealer, but I prefer intelligence agent, and Naho was a good customer. My info on Heavenly Host proved to be her last purchase, however. At that time, Naho was single-mindedly excited about Mr. Hibiki's work. She believed he could qualify for some award with the information I found for her. Say, could you tell me, was Naho there in that world, in that other world you found yourselves trapped in? Naho died, together with Mr. Hibiki. Final Fantasy, Yu-Gi-Oh!, OCs. Yourself to write your medieval AU. Shit. I looked down as I answered. Despite everything she'd done, the memory of Naho's passing was still painful for me. She'd become one of Heavenly Host's lost souls and gone completely berserk. In the end, I was the one who finished her off. I see. I assumed as much. Aiko seemed completely unaffected by this revelation. Her tone remained even, and her expression cold and distant. Honestly, I'd had about enough of her by this point. She was so devoid of empathy. It was almost offensive. I was genuinely starting to get pissed off. And you're okay with that? I do feel sorry for her, don't get me wrong, but I had a strong feeling things would end this way. There's no point in lamenting that for which I was fully prepared. Kishinuma continued to stare intently at Aiko with his own brand of cold, emotionless eyes. He was oddly quiet, though. His anger was palpable. I clenched my fist. What about this girl? I believe she performed the ritual alongside Naho. Did you see her there as well? Aiko showed us a photo of a girl named Sayaka Ue. Oue. Ue. Ue? Oh, Ue. Ue. I'm sorry. No, I can't say I've ever met her. I see. Aiko's expression was so unfaltering, you should carve it in stone. I couldn't take it anymore, I had to say something. If you're calling Naho your customer, I don't think you can really say you're her friend. My voice was breaking with rage, but even if that hadn't been the case, my face must have read like a book. They just don't remember. This icy bitch may have had only one expression, but I sure didn't. Oh my, do you have something against that word? When I deal with my customers, I give them a guarantee of the utmost quality and dedicate myself to their satisfaction. It's an unbreakable bond of trust like one would have for a partner, and that's not always something you can say about friendship now, is it? I had no idea what to say. It seemed like Aiko was used to this sort of thing. Her response felt carefully rehearsed, like a sales pitch. Finally, Kishinuma broke his silence. Oh boy. Roaster! Give her some toast! Hey, I do want to thank you for helping us save Shinozaki yesterday, really. But spreading dangerous information just to pay the bills? How the hell can you sleep at night? Hee, information is just that, information. It's harmless on its own. There's no good or bad. It's like a tool. It's up to the recipient how it's used. Anything can be harmful in the wrong hands, after all. Why, that cup over there could be used to kill a man just as easy as a knife. The hell it could? That's bullshit, and you know it. Ayumi, do you agree? Aiko, I'm sorry, but I hate the way you think. I feel it's irresponsible. Her expression remained calm and collected overall, but her eyes blinked several times in rapid succession. It was the first outward sign of emotion we'd seen from her. Well, now, it seems I've come to be regarded as something of a villain here. I can't say this is new or unexpected, but it never ceases to be disheartening. Aiko quickly shrugged off her sudden outburst and was back to her usual icy self.
Don't tell me, baby, 'cause I don't really wanna know what happened last night. Oh no, just say it wasn't so. Just say you love me and let me fall back into sleep. And when I wake up, just say I had a real